Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Unlocking the K-Wave by KoreaProductPost. KoreaProductPost is a leading digital media publication that is dedicated to bringing you the latest news, reviews, and insight into a wide array of Korean products, be it fashion, beauty, or technology, and even lifestyle. Today, we will explore how Korean products, specifically skincare, is revolutionizing the Indian cosmetics industry. To that effect, we are pleased to welcome Archana Miglani, the founder and business head of Amatrra Cosmetics. Established in 2022, Amatrra focuses on premium, affordable luxury skincare products sourced globally. With over 2 decades of family involvement in beauty and wellness products and services, Archana brings a wealth of knowledge and passion to the skincare industry. She has expertise in wide range, ranging from product formulations to product development to ingredient analysis and even consumer education. Today, we have the opportunity to delve into Archana's insight on Korean skincare revolution in India and explore how her brand is leading the charge in this dynamic market. Please join me in welcoming Archana Miglani. Before we start, just a quick note for all our audience. You can ask your questions in the chat and we'll take them up in the end. So, Archana, what do you think is driving the popularity of Korean skincare products here in India? Is it their innovative ingredients, exciting packaging, or is it something else that is basically taking over the market?
So before I get into that question, I have some very interesting insights that I came across when I was doing research for myself, and I would love to share them quickly. So one of the most enduring and remarkable narratives in the last few years has been the rise of Asian countries. And the former UN Security Council President Kishore Madhubani called the period that we're currently living in the dawn of the Asian century. And in the past, the economic growth was dominated by countries like Japan and China, South Korea and Singapore. But currently, India and Vietnam are gaining significant economic growth. So that is something itself that, we can say that there's a economic boom happening. And Deloitte did a very interesting study, and they predict that by 2026, there'll be 1 billion smartphone users in India. So that is something very interesting. Also, there is a huge consumption of content, which is from Korea, Israel, and Spain, and of course, Korea being K-drama, and K-pop is extremely, extremely popular among the Gen Z. So some of the things that I felt are worth sharing in this context. So I would say definitely the popularity is growing and very fast. Because of the product innovation, the rising demand, popularity of Korean products, because people understand that Korean products are not only very premium in terms of quality, but also Korean skincare industry is a disruptor of sorts, right? So it is backed by patented technology. It is the manufacturing processes are ever evolving. And so much so that even a lot of our Indian companies are manufacturing products using Korean formulations. And they are using, certain ingredients like ginseng extract and fermented ingredients, which are very known to be from, of Korean origin. And the second thing I would say is focus has shifted from makeup to skincare, because I think we are in the no makeup era, and people are focusing more and more about skincare. They want to have a healthy looking, glowing skin. So there has been a huge shift from doing a basic skincare routine to having a multifaceted, multi-step skincare routine. And whereas, I mean, I've seen it, people just having a basic skincare routine using just a cleanser and a moisturizer and a sunscreen. But now we are in the age where we have cleansers and toners and exfoliators and this and that and under eye, and even specific products, for hyperpigmentation, anti-aging. So I think the whole skincare routine in Indian consumers is becoming more and more sophisticated, more and more elaborate. So that is one thing I think which we are taking from the Korean skincare and beauty market. I think the influence of packaging, as you said, has been huge. So, because the international packaging, if you look at Korean products, the packaging is very international and it's just up there. So, mimicking that, I think Indian companies as well are really focusing on the packaging of the products. And also in terms of, I think consumers have become very, very aware, and they are much more educated now in terms of reading the labels, looking for quality marks. I wouldn't say it is we are yet to get there in terms of numbers. Not everybody does that, but there has been a shift. And digital marketing has become the new thing, right? And as I was mentioning, that there are, by 26 there'll be 1 billion smartphone users, and currently also there are so many people who have access to the internet and to platforms like Instagram and your Facebook, because of internet access, that it is become increasingly easy to market your products, right? Earlier it was only celebrity endorsed products, but now it's the influencers have become the mini celebrities. So that is what is really driving the Korean wave. The third very interesting thing I when I was doing my research was that there has been a very quick retail expansion where Korean products and companies are, concerned in India. So many of the more Pacific brands like Innisfree and Corsex have not only quickly established their online presence as well as offline presence. And we have in Bombay, in a very prominent mall in South Bombay, we have Innisfree has a standalone store. Most of these products are being sold by the two largest Indian platforms. One is Nykaa and one is Tira, you would know.
Yes.
So, and apart from Amazon and Flipkart.
Amazon is everything is available.
Yeah. So, it has become so much accessible to the consumer. The other thing I feel Korean skincare has impacted is in terms of educating the customer, because there is more and more importance that people have realized on premium ingredients, on formulations, and even just the fact that Korean skincare and beauty products are made to the highest standard, it is making people think. It is making people make choices. So more and more people want to read the label. More and more people want to understand what is it. So I think there is. I would say that a huge majority of people must have at least heard of Korean products, and I think more and more people will have at least one Korean product in the skincare regime. And last thing I would like to say very quickly is collaborations and partnerships, which companies like ours are collaborating with Korean counterparts, manufacturers, and other people, so that we can get access to and leverage their expertise in terms of ingredients, in terms of premium technology and innovative formulations. So that has been something I think put together is like very, very impactful in the Indian market.
Yeah, especially within Korea, they're competing with each other. They're always coming up with something new, and then of course we can benefit from it.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So as you mentioned that you're bringing Korean skincare to India, that
Yes.
must have certain hurdles, as in educating or making consumers aware that while Korea, because recently I was on LinkedIn and I saw, I think, post from one of the CEOs of Indian skincare company mentioning that Korean skincare does not actually fit with the Indian skin. So how do you think, or would you
So
be overcoming that?
So, that is the number one misconception that I feel that is present in the mind of the Indian consumer, that Korean products, and I've got that question many times, that you're getting Korean products, but don't you think it doesn't suit Indian skin? So, so that is something which we need to, which will only we can only communicate through effective communications, and educating the consumer and making them aware. And the other point being that I feel, so consumer education is one of the biggest challenges, because there was a very interesting study done in 2022 by three professors in a college in Karnataka in the south of India. And they did a study to understand the purchase behavior of the students in terms of skincare. And you'd be surprised that the most important factor that influenced their purchase was family and friend recommendation. The second was price, and the last was ingredients. So the fact that it is so important to understand the ingredients, what is in it, is what are the quality marks on it, is it in case of imported products, is it CDSCO certified, is it ISO certified, is it has it gone through a state regulatory compliance? So for all those are extremely important to understand, which I don't think many consumers, because we at Amatrra had also conducted a study, and the results were, I hate to say, but dismal. So that is extremely important. The other thing is that also I feel the Indian government does give a lot of benefits and SOPs to Indian manufacturers. So definitely they have a little bit of an edge. There is a lot of media coverage too for the Indian manufacturers. And also, I feel Ayurveda, being such an ancient science in India in terms of medicine, and of course extending to skincare as well, it is somewhere socially and culturally embedded in the mind of the Indian consumers. And I think because of which there's some kind of an aversion to chemical based products. So not necessarily all products are bad, but we have to get through to the people and make them understand. Again, going back to formulations and ingredients, and why is it effective, and I would also say India is a very price sensitive market. So the whole misnomer of imported products are expensive, that has to be something that needs to be broken as well. And lastly, there's a very interesting study which is called the Hofstede's Cultural Dimension Theory, which says that India is a culture of restraint. So the Indian consumers will prioritize necessity purchases, and put the luxury purchases totally on the back burner, which hopefully is changing, because I feel there are more and more women going out in the workspace. They're financially independent, they're taking their own decisions. And also, I think a lot of even for that matter, men. I think our middle class economy is growing very fast. There are more and more people under the age of 35 who are educated and aware, and are open to receiving information about new products. And so I think that should make a change. And sorry, yes,
we'll continue.
Yeah, no, I think so definitely those are the challenges that we need to address. And I think at Amatrra also, we are looking at consumer education being one of the main areas to focus on, to be able to get over all these challenges, and to be able to reach the consumers in terms of explaining that why is it what we are bringing to them is quality, and it is technology, and the latest in skincare, because it's an ever evolving industry.
Correct. And people are now consuming K content at such a level that even if they are price sensitive, there's that thing, the fear of missing out. Let me just try one of them.
Yes,
just get one of them, and then that's how maybe it starts. You use one product, and then you experience how effective it is, how good it is, and then you want more of it.
Absolutely, I agree.
And so I again read about it on your website. You have a collaboration with the Ocean company in Korea.
Yes.
So how did this partnership come about, and what are you doing? What has it brought to Amatrra basically?
So Ocean is our strategic partner in Korea,
Mhm.
and they through them we have identified our manufacturers, and they are helping us in the compliance to the higher standards of quality that we have discussed, and that Amatrra, I mean, ideally would be known for. And also, I mean, in terms of packaging, in terms of providing the Indian customer that luxury experience and the experience of a great product which delivers what it promises. Because I think we are living in a world where the consumers are constantly exposed to so many products, and a lot of them being trendy products. And I mean, so we want to have a not a short-lived life, but
Yeah,
a long, long, thing in the
yeah.
market where we can develop our credibility through giving them the highest quality of products.
So you will be bringing Korean skincare products, but under the label of Amatrra, or will you
Yes.
be importing
So
in their labels as their brand?
no. So what we are doing is that we are going to be manufacturing is happening in Korea, but it is coming under the Amatrra brands.
Ama.
So
Okay.
we are launching 4 SKUs,
Mm-hmm.
and we have 3 brands. One is called Miracell, which is basically the plant stem cell based serum and cream.
Mm-hmm.
The second is a collagen kit, which is called Skin Built. And the last one is a sheet mask, which is also a plant stem cell based sheet mask, and it is called 60M, because for the sole reason that we are suggesting that anybody who applies that mask should be using it for 60 minutes before they remove it. And the fact that we have, I mean, uh, Geocean has helped us with manufacturers and with a very senior dermatologist to formulate these products. And we are very, very excited because the quality is exactly what we wanted to. But of course, now we leave it to the consumers and their reaction, and how do they take to it.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to that, I was really surprised reading that founder's comment that it does not suit. Well, again, Indian companies are even manufacturing, forget about importing or anything. They are manufacturing products
Yes.
using Korean technologies, and then one company saying that no, it
Abs-
doesn't work. So it was like
Absolutely.
very
And
surprising.
it is really, it is, while researching, I also found that there are some products which, as you mentioned, they are being manufactured with Korean formulations. The formula is Korean, but they're manufactured in India.
India,
So
yeah,
also it is of course, we want to get the Korean products, but we want to make it cheap. I don't know what it is, but it also confuses the customer, because the customer is
yes.
not really looking at the label and seeing
Mm.
that it's made in
It's made
India.
in.
But
Is
yeah.
it made in India? Is it made in Korea? What is it? Yeah.
Yeah. True.
So what's next for Amatrra Cosmetics other than these four SKUs?
Yeah. So
Expand or more
yes,
partnerships?
definitely. So we actually are looking to launch by the end of this year,
Mhm.
and we are launching with these 4 SKUs. We are launching currently of course, as you would know, the two biggest metropolitan cities of India, New Delhi being the capital and Mumbai being the
Mumbai.
financial capital.
Yes.
And we want to take it pan India. And of course, at the same time, we want to also identify and handpick premium products in the hair care
Mhm.
range and more in the skincare range, and broaden our product portfolio. So we are simultaneously working on that.
That's really exciting to
And
hear.
thank you.
Especially it coming directly from Korea instead of being made in India using Korean
No,
formulations.
no,
That would be something different.
absolutely.
So how do you see the future of Korean skincare evolving in India? And Would there be more devices, something else? What do you expect in
Definitely.
future?
I think we are definitely, uh, you know, India follows the West, and this whole, of course, Korean wave is, I feel, here to stay. It's not going anywhere because there is more and more exposure to K drama and K pop culture. And the whole concept of glass skin. Now everybody wants to have a glass skin
Yeah,
because when I told my close friends and family, and was like, okay, I'm getting these products, and they were like, oh, will we get a glass skin like Koreans? And I
yeah,
was like, okay. So I definitely feel it is only going to get bigger, the K beauty products. And yes, I mean, I would say that people, as people are getting more educated, and as people are getting more aware, and as they are getting into reading the labels and really finding out, what is right for them, and what is good quality, instead of just going by hearsay or just getting influenced by others'
yeah,
purchases. I think it is definitely going to grow because, as I said earlier, Korean beauty and skincare products are definitely associated with good quality. And the fact that Korean skincare and beauty products are known to go through a stringent quality checks.
thanks.
So you know that you are getting a good product at the end of the day. So I definitely feel that it is not going anywhere. It is only going to go bigger.
Bigger. Yes.
Yes.
So
And
before
what
we end,
Amatrra
please,
is
please.
doing, I would definitely like to add this, that Amatrra Cosmetics definitely wants to promote informed choices, by the consumers, and we are investing a substantial amount in, creating awareness and educating the consumer through our various communication channels, and the way we would be communicating, and also handpicking products in the future to add to a product portfolio. Handpicking products, again, which are very premium in quality and deliver what they promise. That's something I'm very passionate about, because I feel we, as I said earlier, it's so confusing to go out there and look for products and then feel disappointed. So definitely that is a very important thing, the quality and delivering to the expectations of the consumers is very important for Amatrra Cosmetics. And
True. Even as a consumer, it is very, when you see that there's same product claiming to do two different things,
yes,
absolutely two different things, then it gets confusing. And then we tend to go back that, let, like my friend recommended this, let me buy this only because this is tried and tested, unlike a product which is claiming to do some A and Z things, which would not make sense in a general way. So going back to
mm,
recommendations, and then we lose out on good products basically.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
So before we end, we have two questions for you.
Sure.
Which ones, in your opinion, which ones are dominating the skincare market in India right now? Korean brands or Indian local brands? And what do you think is the reason?
You know, I would say there are segments which are buying a lot of Korean products merely for the reason that, as I mentioned, and I'm mentioning again, that Korean products are known for their quality. But there is a completely different segment which are sticking to the Indian products, especially the ones backed by Ayurveda,
Mm.
because it being an ancient old science which has been going on forever, and the fact that Ayurveda is an Indian science and it uses Indian
Ingredients.
ingredients and herbs and whatever else. So everything is of Indian origin. So the fact that there is a little more bent towards it
Mm.
and a little more faith. But having said that, I feel the change is already coming, especially in the metropolitan cities,
Mm.
because people travel so much. They've seen that there is a reason why these products whether it be Korean or even a lot of people buy, French pharmacy products.
Mhm.
So there is a reason that they are becoming popular. So lot of people. In fact, I had a very big group of friends who went to Seoul recently, and
Mhm.
I couldn't go, but from what I heard, they all were like they spent like most of the time at Olive and Young and trying to grab products what they thought
Yeah,
were good. So I feel it's divided, but it is really increasing, and I don't blame the consumers, because it's very confusing, when you see so much on social media.
yeah,
You're following a regime where you have certain products, and then you're so tempted to buy something else and try something else, and it might be better, but there's always a when you are so comfortable in using the certain things and they're suiting your skin, then it's a little, it's like little taking a little bit of a risk. But I think with consumer education and proper communication, I think that can totally change.
definitely. The effectiveness is kind of unmatched. Once you find that they are
Yes,
effective, then you can start thinking of the fine, I will change maybe the next product in my skincare routine. And by the end, you have a whole skincare range from a
yes,
better and more effective brand.
absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Another is the reader is based in Cindy is based in Indonesia. Is saying the Korean skincare is not only popular for women but also men. What about India? And what do you think of future of Korean skincare for men in India?
So, the products that we are getting are for both men and women. But I would say, while in the cities, there are more and more men who are also using skincare,
Mm.
but it is still a very small percentage as compared to the women. And of course, there's a huge scope for it to grow, because times are changing, and even men want to look good and want to look after their skin. But at present, I would say the market is much smaller in comparison to women in general. So
And
that is another thing we need to break through.
I think
For
that one will take a lot of
a
time
lot of
compared
time.
to
Yes,
rest of educating people about Korean skincare.
yeah, I agree.
And the last question we have is Indian tier two cities have a huge potential as cosmetic market. How do you suggest a business person should start and grow in these markets?
uh, that's a very relevant question, and that's exactly what we are looking at. So what at Amatrra Cosmetics, what we are doing is that we are setting up a extensive distribution network. Of course, we're starting from Mumbai and Delhi, but we plan to grow into the tier 2, tier 3 cities. Because definitely there's a huge market out there, and the exposure, as I mentioned, that everybody now is on Instagram and on other social media platforms, and they definitely know about the new products that are coming in, but they don't have the access to those products.
Yeah,
It is that is the reason we are going to be entering into those markets as well, and by setting up a distribution system, uh, and I think it wouldn't be very surprising if the sales of these two tier 2 and
tier
tier
two.
3 cities are larger than actually what the metropolitan cities give. So we're definitely not discounting that.
That's actually very insightful because in tier one cities, metropolitan cities, you would have maybe people going for a costlier direct imported brands, but in tier two or tier three cities, having an Indian label but made in Korea would make a lot of difference. So they would
That's
find
a
they
very
would
interesting.
yeah. So I think we'll wrap it up for now. But it was
Sure.
very interesting to talk to you and
Thank
know more about how basically
you.
Korean skincare is changing the whole Indian landscape. So, and I appreciate that you took a lot of
Thank
time
you.
and for this interview.
Not at all.
And
Thank you. It was my pleasure. It was great talking to you, and Thank you for whoever asked me those questions also, because it helps me reflect on my decisions as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye bye.